Twin brothers Colin and Taylor Fitzpatrick are leading college football in rushing and passing respectively, and while Colin is definitely having the more successful season, with his NIU team 5-0 after beating Taylor in their conference matchup, both players have exceeded expectations by a mile. Colin's team is looking like a legitimate playoff contender, and he's looking like a legitimate Heisman candidate, and Taylor's untalented Kent State team is balling out in conference play thanks to him. In this video, we'll see if the two can continue their conference success and possibly meet in the MAC championship game at the end of the season. So first up today, Colin and the boys are taking on Akron. I would expect this defense to be a little bit better than what Colin saw last week, but he is going to start this off with a nice and easy touchdown run, picking up where he left off from that 400-yard performance last week. At 5-0, NIU should be on the verge of being ranked if they can win this game, and Colin might be able to make a name for himself as a Heisman candidate. He's definitely had his share of top 10 plays this season, and he has a ton of room on the screen pass. The DBs are going to track him down, but a huge gain on third down. Nice to see some work out of the backfield for Colin, as his runs have been around 5 yards per carry today. Definitely not as crazy as his game last week, but he is still on pace for well over 100 yards. Unfortunately, the offense has stalled out a couple of times here, and Akron able to take the lead, but Colin might have a big play, able to cut it back inside, and no one will catch him. He is going to take this to the crib for 75 yards, and that breaks the seal for the big plays on the day for sure. And this defense, God bless them, able to come up with an interception, and now the Huskies have a chance to take control of the game. With just under 30 seconds left, they'll have to pass the ball, but the Zips were not ready for it. Colin is just butt naked open out of the backfield, and Hampton could have chosen a couple guys to throw touchdowns to on that play. But that was a pretty nice way to end the half, and Colin might have another big play here, man. This Akron defense is not as good as I thought they were, and it's gonna be a foot race. Colin will barely get tracked down by a good angle, but he has definitely worn down this defense. Now up over 200 yards today, might have had another big play if he didn't run into his blocker. Not exactly what I was trying to do there, but everyone makes mistakes. Colin will get right back to it, putting his head down for an easy 14 yards, stumbling forward. 10 yards per carry for our guy now. With a run game like this, I don't know why the Huskies would ever want to pass the ball. And Colin's shown a little bit of power today as well, bowling his way into the end zone. This one's gotten away from the Zips a little bit. Their defense kind of looks like it's quit, and I would expect another big play from Colin before this one's over. The Zips are stacked in the box, but it really has not mattered. There is just nobody to match the athleticism of Colin, and he might be gone again, just barely able to outrun that dude. And this time it'll be a 60-yarder. This man is unstoppable right now. Colin has had almost every single yard of offense for this NIU team, and coach is not taking him out yet. Now up over 300 yards, he could maybe even break the record he set last week. He'll need a few more big plays for sure for that to happen, and he might have one here. The blocking on the edge is just perfect. It'll be another foot race, but once again, Colin runs into his blocker. Not ideal way to finish that thing. All good, just gotta punch it in here on the goal line, and that'll be easy money for our guy, as the Huskies are gonna get the ball back with a minute left. So we'll see if Colin can make one more big play. He is gonna need to cook on this fourth down, trying to make something happen, hitting the back juke, and he might have it, man. Just one guy to outrun, and this might be one of the dirtiest runs of Colin's career. He will not be stopped and sets a school record for rush touchdowns in a season with that one. Colin ends the day with 440 all-purpose yards and 7 touchdowns. After that performance, Colin is number 1 on the Heisman watch, as halfway into the season he has 1,700 yards rushing, averaging 290 per game and 12.3 yards a rush. So now we got Taylor taking on 4-2 Ball State in MAC conference play. I'm hoping this game should be fairly easy. Ball State has a solid roster, but definitely one of the weaker defenses we've seen this season. With Taylor being the leading passer in college football, he should be able to tear this up, and he's been doing a great job so far. This drive has been nice and easy. All he's got to do is punch it in here, and he finds the curl to McCray fighting to get into the end zone, and does get down to the 1. So 70 yards passing on the first drive from Taylor, and he's going to go over the pile on the QB sneak for the touchdown. An excellent start to this game. And for once, this Kent State defense is kind of balling out after getting absolutely torn up in the last video against Colin and NIU. I'm feeling pretty good about this one early on, as Taylor and this offense have looked basically unstoppable. Taylor's just got to make sure to avoid those turnovers he's had in the last couple of weeks, and he is throwing in the tight windows right now. On 2nd and inches, coach is going to give him the chance to run the read option, and he picks up the first down trying to hit a crazy juke but gets crushed. By next year, it's possible that we'll consider Taylor Fitzpatrick a dual threat quarterback, as he's put up some surprising rushing stats this year. And on 3rd and 1, coach is going read option again. This time Taylor gets trapped behind his blocker, and that doesn't work out at all. Coach is going to be aggressive here and go for the 4th and 2, and thankfully Taylor has an easy underneath throw to Harris, a big play early on in this game. Those are the moments that could be the difference between a win and a loss, and Taylor's going to try to punch it in here, sees the man coverage and throws it to the out route, but that was late. We continue to see turnovers from Taylor, and that one is really unfortunate, man. He started off this game so clean, but he just cannot help himself from making risky throws. That'll allow Ball State to stay in the game, and now Taylor needs to lead a good 2-minute drill. We'll see what he can do here. Looks like he's gonna have the corner route wide open to McCray, but McCray, always the brick hander, man, drops it. So it'll be a huge 3rd and 6 for Taylor, and the corner route is literally wide open. Gardner should have tons of space to run if he can turn up field, and he does. This one will go to the bank. I don't know what the heck was going on with the Ball State coverage on that play, but Taylor's gonna end the half with upwards of 200 passing yards, and the Golden Flashes will get the ball to start the half. We'll see if Taylor can keep cooking as he's rolling out, and he's gonna try the halfback wheel route, an absolutely beautifully placed ball, and Garcia makes a nice catch on the sideline. Was worried he was gonna go out of bounds, and now Taylor keeping the ball on the read option again. This time he will be able to pick up the first down, and this offense has a ton of momentum. Taylor rebounded from that turnover very nicely, just finding McCray on the drag route here. Just gotta keep the ball safe here. He's gonna hit Fisher on the slant route, and of course dude drops. Whenever this team plays in the rain, there are issues with drops for sure, and Taylor takes a bad sack on 2nd down. So on 3rd and 17, it'll be desperation time, as Taylor's gonna get out of the pocket here. Doesn't look like anyone's open. He tries to cut it upfield and actually has some room to scramble, picking up 13 yards, but will get hit hard. So he'll watch from the sidelines as the kicker knocks through the field goal, and this defense just keeps getting stops today. Kind of surprising to see when they're averaging giving up 30 points a game, and it's good timing because we needed the win. It's not over yet though. Taylor's gonna have to find a way to finish the job, and he is fighting hard to get this team into field position again. Coach is just telling him to run some time off the clock here, and Garcia wide open over the middle on the angle route. That'll be easy money. Taylor heads to the 4th quarter with almost 300 passing yards under his belt. A touchdown here would effectively end the game, and Taylor's gonna try to hit the back out of the backfield, but Garcia doesn't see it. Surprisingly, we are going for it on 4th and 4, and the tight end is wide open. Holmes just has to hang on, and he does. That should close this one out. Before he gets out of here though, Taylor's gonna go ahead and pick up one more rushing touchdown real quick to make it 4 total on the day. As apart from the 1 interception, Taylor balled out with 300 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Had another great day running the ball as well, and at this point Taylor's leading college football in passing by a mile. Meanwhile, Colin and his 6-0 team are taking on Central Michigan, and we'll see if he can stay atop the Heisman watch today, as I'm not sure what to expect from this defense. So far, hardly anyone has been able to slow Colin down. He's already got 1,700 rushing yards on the year, and looking to add more here, picking up a clean 20 yards out of the diamond formation. It is not looking like this defense has anybody who can keep up with our guy, but they are stacking the box full of people. Coach is going to try to surprise him with a pass play here, and Colin wide open out of the backfield, has some space to cook but can't quite hit that backspin. With Colin coming off the field, his quarterback's able to find the end zone for a touchdown, and I am liking the looks of this game, man. Colin has nothing but green grass in front of him here. Even though they stacked the left side with 2 guys, one of them got lost in the wash, and that is enough to give Colin room to turn it into a touchdown. That'll set the school record for rushing touchdowns in a season. At 12 yards per carry, Colin is showing no signs of slowing his pace from the last couple games, and the blocking has been superb so far in this game. If Colin wasn't tired, he might have taken that one to the house as well. Colin had almost 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. Right now, he's in position to potentially break Barry Sanders' rushing record, and considering the journey he's been through to get to this point, that would be a pretty wild turn of events. And even when this offense is not clicking, man, this defense is so solid. This really seems like a team that could be a playoff contender. Obviously, things aren't going to be easy when we stack up against those better teams. We saw that pretty clearly against Florida State, as Colin tries to outrun a guy and takes a big loss. That's the one thing about Colin's play style, man. He relies a lot on outspeeding people, so against a more athletic defense, he's not going to be as good. Central Michigan has been able to slow him down just a little bit, but their offense is just too trash, and on this play, Colin gets perfect blocking from his receiver, showing the power too as he bowls into the end zone for a nice little 20-yard touchdown. This is definitely looking like yet another Heisman performance, and we'll see if Colin can make some magic before halftime here. Central Michigan still stacking the box, but that's actually worked against them because it's let Colin bounce to the outside, and once he is there, there is no one on the second level to stop him. With time winding down, gonna have to pass for it here. Colin gets the ball again and gets absolutely laid out, and that was the last time out. Gotta make sure we don't get tackled short of the sticks here. Instead, Colin is gonna get the touchdown to end the half. Absolutely immaculate play from him so far in this one. The Central Michigan's offense continues to be completely useless, and their defense continues to not be able to shut down the run. I gotta say, man, I'm curious to see how Colin would do against more Power 5 competition. Right now, he is just so much more athletic than every single person he's playing against. Just imagine what he'd be able to do with a big offensive line, man. Against these teams, he'd be running for 15 yards per carry probably. Along with the speed, we've seen him continue to improve those spin moves, but he is dog tired right now. Coach is gonna need to take him out. With an absolutely gigantic lead, my guess is this will be Colin's last possession, and he has some room to work here on the counter. going to try to cut it in to make a few guys miss. He'll pick up 16. One thing I've been waiting to see from Colin is the one-man reverse. I think we're going to see it here. He hits the back juke, just needs a block from Hampton, and it might be gone. At this point in the game, he is so tired, so I don't know if he can outrun this guy, and sadly, he won't be able to do it. But he does set the school record for rushing yards in a season with that one, and that is going to do it for this one. We'll sim it out. It's Colin with 270 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. This man continues to dominate. I bet he'll stay on the Heisman watch after that. Next up for Taylor, he's taking on South Alabama, and his receiver McCray starts this out with a brick hand, so we'll just have to see how this game goes. I'm not entirely sure what to expect, and Taylor's going to start this one out 0 for 2 after way overthrowing that. He'll be faced with a 3rd and 10 already, but thankfully has Holmes for the first down. The verticals play work to perfection there. A huge pickup early in this game, as I'm hoping Taylor can play a cleaner game with less turnovers today. This is the spot on the field where he has tended to turn it over, but with no one open here, he's getting out of the pocket, actually stiff arms the hell out of a defensive end, and I'll get near the first down. All right, Taylor showing some moxie early on in this one, finding Flourier on the corner, who's become an impact player as of late. All Taylor's got to do is punch it in here, and he has Flourier easy up the seam, getting his boy the touchdown. This game has gotten off to an excellent start. Despite not starting out the season very high, this defense has been much improved as of late. I think they'll get plenty of stops in conference play, and with the way Taylor's shown he can move the ball, even just a couple stops should be enough for him. He's getting out of the pocket here and has Trell Harris wide open downfield. Almost had a receiver collision, but it'll turn into a big play, making it 1st and goal. Just gotta punch it in once again, and Taylor's gonna get out of the pocket trying to improvise, but gets yanked down. A nice play from number 9 on South Alabama. Might have had a guy open there late, but on to the next play, as I was looking for A on the corner, and Taylor's gonna take a sack. I am selling right now. All right, big time 3rd and goal. Let's see what we got. Looks like man coverage, and Taylor would have had the out route, but gets sacked first. So Taylor and the boys get held to a field goal. South Alabama goes down and gets the touchdown, and just like that, this is looking like a game, but Taylor has a man deep downfield again. Garcia, you've got to catch that, bro. This Kent State offense has definitely been frustrating at times, man. The receivers drop the ball just a little bit too much for my taste, and Taylor's got to be thinking a little bit about what he could do in a more powerful offense. Hopefully this time he can find a way to punch it into the end zone, as these out routes have just been open all day. South Alabama have been playing a lot of backed off man coverage, and now we're down into the red zone. Justin Holmes gonna get just wide open off the line here. That's an easy read and throw for Taylor, and it looks like we're gonna try to rush it in. Taylor is going to keep it, and tired as hell tries to put his head down but can't quite get in. Looks like coach is gonna go with the QB sneak from the half-yard line, and Taylor is able to get the touchdown this time. Well, I'd say things are in a pretty good spot coming out of the half, and this South Alabama coverage definitely has some weaknesses deep. Taylor able to find Holmes there, who makes an excellent catch to get under that one. It was kind of a wobbly ball from Taylor. Nice to see the deep ball get going a little bit there. South Alabama continues to leave these seams wide open for Holmes. He has almost 100 yards on the day, averaging 20 yards a catch. A score here should effectively put this game away, as Flourier has just been cooking the cornerback on those out routes. He almost has 100 yards receiving too. So it'll be another 1st and goal for Taylor. This time he's going to try to find Garcia out of the backfield, but dude didn't even react to it. That could have been dangerous. And unfortunately, Taylor is dog tired. The QB run's not really an option here, and that screen gets sniffed out easy by the D lineman. So another spot of trouble on the goal line. We'll see if Taylor can fight his way out of it, and this time he hits McCray on the out route. A really nice tight route from McCray. This game went downhill pretty fast for the Jaguars, as outside of the goal line, their defense is just getting continually cooked. Just need one more touchdown before we get out of here. Taylor getting out of the pocket. Looks like he has X, but does not have the arm power to float that over the cornerback. It wouldn't be a day for Taylor if he didn't throw a pick. So that's a rather unfortunate blemish on the stat line, which has otherwise been very, very solid today. Taylor is going to pad those stats with just one more touchdown throw, this time to Gardner, and that should do it for this one. Taylor finishes the day with a clean 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, spreading the ball around a lot, and gets a nice and easy win over South Alabama the way it should be. Meanwhile, Colin's Northern Illinois team is finally ranked, as he is still atop the Heisman watch. And next up, he's taking on Eastern Michigan, probably a chance for some more of those Heisman stats. I probably should have tried to make that outside guy miss there. Looks like Eastern Michigan's just going to be stacking the box and bringing the house basically, but sometimes that is not the best option against Colin, because if he gets away from those blitzers, he is gone, and that is exactly what happened here. He'll take that all the way to the bank for easy money. Let's go. Colin is the most dangerous player in college football. You give this man any opportunity to bounce it outside, he's gone. I'm expecting at least 300 yards out of him today, even with Eastern Michigan stacking the box like this. And he's going to get the ball on a little halfback screen here. This is setting up very well, as Eastern Michigan seems to have been expecting the run, and Colin's down the sidelines. We got to outrun that guy though. Probably should have swerved around. Dude but still a very successful play. But we'll just have to see if Colin can keep up this pace. He's getting the ball on the counter here, and once again has the outside, just has to get around that dude. And you do not want to be one-on-one with Colin in space. He is just too fast to be tackled by these teams. This man is actually a cheat code. Northern Illinois literally hasn't had to do anything but hand him the ball, and no matter what's happening up front, he cooks. This offense is just really perfect for Colin to be in. There's so much versatility with the run game, and that is just beautifully blocked. Colin might be off to the races again, just has one man to beat, and he will do it, tight roping along the sidelines. I thought I was going to step out, but Colin is 80 yards to the crib, and he is averaging well over 20 yards on the day now. And you of course know I'm playing on Heisman difficulty. Colin is just simply 99 speed in the MAC. This is what it looks like. He's going to get loose again here, and my god, man, he might take another one to the crib. Dang, I probably shouldn't have spun back inside like that. But just to show you, right, we're in the middle of the play. I'm gonna pause it. Go into the settings here, house rules. I am on base Heisman. Haven't done anything to the sliders or anything like that. Just gotta give him a little peek every once in a while, because I always get these stupid comments. And even dog tired Colin is running with a full head of steam. He is averaging 27 yards per carry right now. This workload is wiping Colin out just a little bit, and he's not gonna be able to convert the third down there. That will probably bring his average down by like 10. And I'm honestly surprised the Huskies aren't ranked higher than 24. When you have a menace like Colin on your team, you can beat anybody, and you can definitely beat Eastern Michigan. Colin literally just navigates his way around the line. These guys are getting absolutely no rush, even sending half of their team. The agility and quickness for Colin has just improved so much since his freshman year. And look at the blocking on the edge, bro. I don't even know if I want Colin to transfer to a Power 5 team. This might just be the perfect situation for him. It's not even halftime yet, and this man has 300 yards on the day. The Eastern Michigan defenders continue to dumb out as Colin jukes two dudes out of their shoes. Are you kidding me, bro? Colin's juke is not even at 99. It's like 82 or something like that. These defenders are just so trash. At this point, I'm absolutely just going to run up the stats as much as possible for Colin. I want to see what number we can get, because right now, man, this is just insane. I don't think I've ever seen a game from a halfback like this in this game. Just to check the stats at half, Colin has 389 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is just stupid at this point. Coach better not take this man out. Running the counter here, and bro, the blocking is just so clean. I think I could have gotten way more out of that if I bounced it out. The only vision you have to have in NCAA football 14 is knowing when the hell to bounce it outside. And it seems that Colin has that vision, because this is just too easy, man. Look at this. All he's got to do is set up the angles right, and his speed is just enough to get him all the way there. It'll be different when he plays against Power 5 teams, but this year I think he'll be setting a lot of NCAA records. We saw the potential for Colin to become this last year, but I don't think anyone saw this year coming. Remember, this dude was a 2-star recruit out of high school. He looks like Reggie Bush mixed with Christian McCaffrey, mixed with Devin Callier. Absolutely no idea why Eastern Michigan's going too high at this point in the game. Look at the pancake from the outside, bro. The only reason Colin didn't house this is because he is tired from having so many carries today. He'll take that 30 yards. Unfortunately, he is inevitably starting to lose steam. I'm trying to get to 600 yards on the day at least, man. Let me get around this guy, dude. Look at the speed from Colin. I'm just wearing him out. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Just 4 more yards will put him at 500 on the day, and he just needs to get around one guy here. Look at the back juke, bro. Colin will fight towards the end zone and will get his 4. Coach might take him out of the game after that, though. And yep, sadly, Colin has been taken out of the game, but was able to get 500 yards on the ground first. Just an absurd performance to end the day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.